Nobody had ever documented what I found in a closed research facility. The locals never spoke of it. And I would soon understand why. My name is irrelevant now. But my story must be told. It began on a cold October night when I decided to explore the abandoned structure at the edge of town. Urban exploration was my hobby, my passion, my escape from a mundane existence. I had no idea that this particular exploration would become my nightmare. The entrance was hidden behind overgrown vegetation. A rusted door that groaned in protest as I forced it open. My flashlight beam cut through decades of accumulated darkness, revealing corridors that stretched into nothing. The air was thick, heavy, as if the building itself was holding its breath. I remember thinking how strange it was that there was no graffiti, no signs of homeless people, nothing, just pure, undisturbed abandonment. I walked for what felt like hours, though time seemed to move differently inside. The deeper I went, the more the silence pressed against my ears. Not the peaceful silence of an empty room, but an oppressive, watchful silence, as if something was waiting for me to stumble into its domain. Then I found the room. It wasn't marked on any floor plan I had studied, and the door was different from the others. Newer, clean. It looked almost organic, as if it had grown there rather than been installed. My rational mind screamed at me to turn back. But curiosity is a powerful force. I pushed the door open. Inside, the walls were covered in photographs. Thousands of them, layered upon each other, creating a strange mosaic of faces. All different people, all different ages. But they shared one thing in common: their eyes. Every single photograph showed eyes filled with a terror that seemed to reach beyond the image itself. And in the center of the room stood a mirror, but it didn't show my reflection. That's when I first encountered the reality benders. Not with my eyes, but with my mind. A presence that slipped into my consciousness like cold water seeping through cracks. It spoke without words, communicating in pure understanding. They were not ghosts or demons. They were something older. Something that existed in the spaces between thoughts, in the gaps between seconds. And they had been waiting for someone who could perceive them, waiting for someone like me. The entity showed me visions of the others who had found this place. I understood then why there was no graffiti, why no homeless sought shelter here. Those who entered before me had been changed. Their memories, their identities, their very souls had been harvested, not destroyed, but collected, preserved in a gallery of consciousness that the reality benders had built over centuries. I tried to run, but the corridors had shifted. The door I entered through was gone. The walls themselves seemed to breathe, pulsing with a dark energy. That's when I heard the whispers, not from outside, but from within my own mind. They were the voices of the collected ones. Thousands of stolen consciousnesses reaching out to me, warning me, begging me. The whispers told me the truth about the reality benders. They didn't want to kill me. Death would be too simple, too final. They wanted something far worse. They wanted me to become part of their collection, a living exhibit in their gallery of stolen minds. And the most terrifying part of me was beginning to want it too.